Hey guys, this is Trav Max Fun and welcome back to my channel. And before I start this review, I just want to say, give you guys an update on Springy Spring Week. Springy Spring Week was originally going to end on Wednesday the 25th, and I was going to make this video, my review of Obi Wan Kenobi, the final video of Springy Spring Week. Then Obi Wan Kenobi got moved a couple days to the 27th, so I was going to end Springy Spring Week on the 27th, and that didn't happen. So, I want Springy Spring Week to end before June, so I want it to end at the end of May, and we're at May 31st now. We're on May 31st now. So, this will probably be the last Springy Spring Week video. I'm sorry I didn't upload this much. I'm sorry I didn't upload that much this month, guys. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently, but since summer is fast approaching, you can expect more videos on the channel this summer. Especially in a couple weeks, there will be a lot of videos. Stay tuned, you'll find out why. Stay tuned on the channel, and in the coming weeks, you'll find out why. But, But just because this is the last Springy Spring Week video doesn't mean Spring on Trav Max Fun is over. I'm still going to do some videos I had planned for this spring on the channel. So, so stay tuned for more videos to come, guys, and especially stay tuned in the coming weeks, because there's going to be a lot of videos in the coming weeks. Stay tuned on the channel, and you'll find out why. But today, I'm going to be reviewing Obi Wan Kenobi, the first 2 episodes. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow. I'm very excited. So, I'm going to try and do week-to-week reviews of the show, but I did say that with Moon Knight, and that didn't happen. But I'm going to try. I might not review all the episodes week to week, but hopefully at least a couple of them. And today I'm going to be reviewing episodes 1 and 2. This will be a spoiler review, so if you have not seen episodes 1 and 2 of Obi Wan Kenobi yet, do not watch this video because it will contain spoilers. And so without further ado, let's get started. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to share my thoughts on the episode first, then break down like the Easter eggs and cameos. Let's begin. So what did I think of episode 1 of Obi Wan Kenobi? We're going to start off with episode 1. But episode 1, episode 1 I thought was solid. I don't think it was amazing, but it was solid. It was a very solid start to the show. It was great seeing Ian McGregor back as Obi Wan Kenobi. He does a great job once again as Obi Wan Kenobi. But episode 1 I think is really solid. It definitely does. It definitely does set up the show. The way they did Obi Wan Kenobi in this episode, this of course takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. We see Obi-Wan in hiding, living in a cave, working at this meat shop thing on Tatooine. We just see him have nightmares of the events of Revenge of the Sith, and trying to move away from the past, trying to move away from his past, him as a Jedi. So, they did a really great job. They did a really great job with Obi-Wan in this episode. And they definitely set up the rest of the show with him returning to his, as a Jedi. Episode 1 and Episode 2 both felt like I was watching a Star Wars movie. But both of these felt like I was watching a Star Wars movie, and not really a Star Wars Disney Plus show. Like, both of these episodes felt like I was watching a Star Wars movie. But I don't really have that. I really don't have anything else to say, because the other stuff I want to talk about is stuff I'm going to talk about with Easter eggs and other characters and cameos. So let's dive into the cameos, Easter eggs, references, etc. So let's start off with Obi-Wan's nightmares. Actually, something that's really cool about this episode is that before they start playing the episode, they do a recap of the prequels: Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, with Obi-Wan and Anakin catching you up on what happened and how those movies affect the series. Then at the beginning of episode 1, we get another Order 66 scene. Then later in the episode, Obi Wan Kenobi has these nightmares of Revenge of the Sith, and then when he wakes up, he also has nightmares of the deaths of his master, Qui-Gon Jinn, and when he wakes up, he just says, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, wondering if Qui-Gon Jinn is there, I think that is a little tease that Qui-Gon Jinn will be appearing in this series. I think that might be, I think that's definitely a tease, teasing that Qui-Gon Jinn will appear in the series. I think Qui-Gon Jinn appearing in the series would make the most sense. And I really hope we do see Qui-Gon Jinn in the series. I think we will, especially based off that moment in episode 1. Then we see we also see the Inquisitors in this episode. The Grand Inquisitor, the fifth brother, and the third sister. And the actor who played the Grand Inquisitor did a great job playing him. He was menacing. So the actor who played the Grand Inquisitor did a great job. Then also in the episode, we see the third sister, Reva. I think that's how you pronounce her name. Sorry if I mispronounce her name, but we just see Reva. There's a Tatooine citizen talking, and then Reva just opens her lightsaber and cuts that citizen's hand off, and that was very brutal, and but I'm liking how they're starting to make more lightsaber cuts, like the moment where Reva slices a citizen's hand off. I'm liking how they're making the lightsaber cuts and kills more brutal, and we also see another Jedi in this episode, played by Benny Safdie. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Sorry if I mispronounced his name, but I wanted to see more of his character. I think he was killed off too early in this episode. but yeah, so I really wish, I kind of wish we got to see more of his character. I think he was killed off too early. We also see young Luke Skywalker and Uncle Owen. Joel Edgerton does a great job playing Uncle Owen, and I thought Uncle Owen was really good in this episode. We also see Alderaan in this episode, and we see a young Princess Leia, and young Princess Leia is basically the whole reason why Obi-Wan is back as a Jedi, returning as a Jedi, getting unburying him and Anakin's lightsabers. But young Princess Leia gets taken by these guards, and that plot point is basically the whole reason why Obi Wan Kenobi unburies his lightsaber, and he's going to rescue young Princess Leia. We also see those transport ships on Tatooine, which are the same transport ships we saw in the Book of Boba Fett. So I thought that was pretty cool. We also see the return of, I forget his name, but he was in the prequels, Revenge of the Sith, and he's Princess Leia's adoptive father. We saw him adopt Princess Leia at the end of Revenge of the Sith. I forget his name, but it was really cool seeing him return, and it made sense for him to return. So it made sense for him to return in this show, and yeah. But overall, there was something else. There was something else I was gonna say. Okay. The thing I was gonna say was something I was gonna say for my episode 2 review and breakdown. But overall, episode 1 I thought was a solid start for the show. Lots of cool, lots of returning characters and cool references, and Easter eggs and teases. But episode 1, I'm probably going to give an 8 out of 10. Really solid start to the show. Now let's move on to episode 2. And my thoughts on episode 2, I thought it was better than episode 1. We got an action, really cool action sequence in this episode. We see Obi Wan Kenobi. Battling again. The planet we go to in this episode, the sets for this planet are really cool. Really cool. So really cool sets and set designs they used for this episode, for this planet. So that's pretty much my quick thoughts on episode 2. Now let's get to all the Easter eggs and cameos and all that. So the first thing I want to talk about with episode 2 is that we see a clone trooper played by Tamir Morrison, and and it was really cool seeing Tamir Morrison playing a clone trooper, and this clone trooper is homeless. He's asking Obi-Wan Kenobi for credits, and this goes to show how much the Clone Wars and the prequels, well, mostly the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, have affected the galaxy and clones, and yeah, so, but it was really cool seeing Tamira Morrison playing a clone trooper in this episode. We also see Kumail Nanjiani's character, and his character was pretty cool. I would like to see more of his character in the future, actually. Kumail Nanjiani did a great job with his performance in this episode. So yeah, I thought he was really good, and I thought the character was really good too, and I would like to see more of his character in the future. Also in this episode, Obi Wan Kenobi uses the Force again to save young Princess Leia, and that was a pretty cool scene as well, because this was his first time using the Force in 10 years, and he lost the Force, but since he's now back as a Jedi, saving young Princess Leia, he's now using the Force, and so I thought that was a pretty cool scene, because once again, it's the first time he has used the Force in 10 years. So then we see Reva kill the Grand Inquisitor, and when she killed the Grand Inquisitor, I immediately said he's not dead because he appears in Star Wars Rebels, and I haven't seen Star Wars Rebels, but I know he appears in Star Wars Rebels, and Rebels takes place after Obi Wan Kenobi, so he's not dead. I'm sure they'll probably bring him back later in the show, but he's definitely not dead. Because he appears in Rebels, and but he's definitely not dead. Then Reva, this was probably the most powerful moment in the episode. Reva tells Obi-Wan that Anakin is alive, and this scene was really powerful, and this scene was really powerful. After Reva tells Obi-Wan that Anakin's alive, Obi-Wan is just frozen and shocked. I saw Ian McGregor did a really great job with his performance as Obi-Wan in that scene. That was a really powerful scene. Also in the episode, Obi-Wan mentions Padme. Young Princess Leia is talking, and Obi-Wan says, "You just remind me of someone that died a couple years ago," and of course he's referencing Padme, and Then at the end, we then see the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. We don't see him in the suit, but we see him as Anakin Skywalker in a bacta-tank. So after like 20 years, I believe, like 20 years or so, 20 years, 18 years, I don't know, but might be 18, I don't know. But after 18 to 20 years, we see the return of Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader, and I think we will see Hayden. I think we will see Hayden as Anakin Skywalker in the Darth Vader suit in episode 3 tomorrow. And I really can't wait to see Obi-Wan seeing Darth Vader, aka Anakin, for the first time in 10 years. That's going to be some really powerful scenes there. And I can't wait to see their battle, to see them battle with each other. And Yeah. Also, just want to say that this series, so far this series hasn't had a lot of action, only one action sequence so far. But it's like it's more character focused, with more character development focused. And that's good. That's good. Because we're seeing Obi-Wan 10 years later after the events of Revenge of the Sith, and yeah. But yeah, so I would give episode 2 probably an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think an 8.5 out of 10 is good. Yeah, so overall, episode 2 is better than episode 1 in my opinion, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, guys, so that was my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2 of Obi Wan Kenobi. And I can't wait for the rest of the show. Can't wait for episode 3 tomorrow, and I will be sure to do a review on episode 3. If I do a review for episode 3. Like I said, there might be some episodes I might not review. If not all of the episodes I might not review, besides episodes 1 and 2. But we'll just have to see. So yeah, guys. So that's it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time on Max Fun. Please like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.